Hi, so today we're going to take a more in-depth look at Paranormal Activity 3, and this is a spoiler alert. I will be revealing the ending, so if you don't want to hear the ending, do not watch this video. But basically, it follows Katie and Christy through their childhood. I don't know, they're probably 10 or younger or so in that age range, and Christy has a friend named Toby. And as the movie develops, you start to, realizing that Toby is a ghost. Now, in a way, the Toby thing was a little confusing. She says he's an older man. So he's an older man, and he like kind of lives in a closet, it seems like. He's always in the closet, and I don't understand why. And, you know, he only really reveals himself to Christy, because even Katie doesn't believe in him. He doesn't believe he's a real person. And like kind of as the movie goes, things start escalating, and like I said, he's mainly just revealing himself to Christy. And the boyfriend, Dennis, who is played by Christopher Nicholas Smith, he realizes something's going on because he's hearing noises and things just don't seem right. So he decides to start videotaping like the girl's bedroom, their bedroom, the kitchen and living room, and he starts seeing all these really strange things. Now, some of them really don't make any sense at all and kind of are confusing, and maybe they just added them for scare factor. But if you finish to the end of the movie and then you go back, you're kind of like, well, why did they do that? And one example I'd like to give is there's a ghost of a child under a sheet who walks up to the babysitter, and then when the babysitter turns around, just disappears, but the sheet's still there. But they never mention a child ghost. So is Toby a child? But Christy said he was an older man. So is there two ghosts, or and then why was he walking up to the babysitter? It didn't necessarily make sense to me. So then as the movie progresses, Toby starts asking Christy for something, and she doesn't say what, and eventually she's like, I don't want anything to do with you, just go away. And so this obviously makes Toby angry, and the deal is that like their grandmother is in like some sort of cult or something. They kind of briefly talk about it, and basically somehow they want the children to marry the ghost. And you see that Toby's asking for something, and she says no, and then she's like, I don't want anything to do with you. And so then she gets sick, and then basically Toby is getting more and more violent, trying to get them to go to the grandmother's house. And they ask, and the mom says, no, we're not going to grandma's house, there's nothing going on. And so then he reveals himself. She can't see him, but he makes it known that he's there. So then she's like, all right, we're going to grandma's house. But really that whole thing was just a trick to get them to go to grandma's house, which I didn't realize it till the second time. I watched it. That's what's going on. This whole thing was to get them to go to grandma's house, because grandma was in the cult, and she was gonna do the whole what would you call it, a whole ordeal. I can't think of what you call it, like a whole thing to get them married. And so basically they go to grandma's house, and then like things just start getting really weird, and Toby must have followed them there. And you see her, they're playing like dress up, and you see her like she's gonna get married, and then the mom asks, well, who are you gonna marry? And she says Toby. And then that's just like such a shock, because then well, she's there to marry Toby. And so then it gets kind of weird, because like all these people show up, like all these older ladies, and they start a fire out in the yard, and they're just all standing in this pitch black room. And basically the mom and the boyfriend both get killed by the ghost. I guess it's Toby, I don't know. But and then you just see the girls walk off with the grandma, and that's the end. And you pretty much assume that they married Toby. What that means exactly, I don't know. But I liked it, and I hope maybe that gives you a little more insight. I thought this was a little confusing the first time I saw it. Second time I understood it a little bit better. I mean, you just got to basically think the whole movie is a setup to get them to go to grandma's house, so they can marry I think they both marry Toby. I'm not positive, but I mean, if you watch it again, you'll see these things. And I hope this helped you out. Well, let me know what you thought, and thanks for watching.